All right. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are live again. So excited to see you all again tonight. Listen, real quick, it looks a little fuzzy on my side. Is it fuzzy on your side? Real quick, just let me know if it's fuzzy over there and I'll try to see if I can do something. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm in a different place, different space. But we're here and I'm excited. I know you all were wondering where was I? I am here. Go ahead, like, share, love, and tell all your friends and your family Lamar is here live and in color. I know you all are wondering what happened to me. Where was I? I'm here. Let me see. Let me see if I can uh see what we're doing here. Yeah, no, no, that don't work at all. Okay, new space, new thing. So we're gonna bear with it tonight. All right. Uh, we'll do something different later on if we can. We're back though. We're back, and that's the most exciting part. We're back. We're here. We are live. We are in full color. I did not do all the things of getting prepared tonight, but we're here. We've been running all day. We've been out serving at our local church, serving a family who was experiencing bereavement. But outside of working all those things, we're here. We are here. I'm excited, and I'm glad to see that y'all are back. So take a moment and share, like, and love, and let everybody know that Lamar is back. I'm assuming y'all can hear me very well. Can you hear me very well? If you can hear me very well, that's great. Somebody type in the comments if you can hear me. Give me a moment, and I'm going to try to see if we can make this a little clearer for you. All right, I'm here. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now? All right, wonderful, wonderful. So listen, welcome, 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 welcome. I am so glad. I repeated this several times already, but I want you to know that I'm so glad that you all have decided to return to Motivational Conversations with Lamar. And if you've never attended one of our conversations, you are indeed in for a treat. As always, I like to tell people that this platform is simply to motivate, encourage, and uplift. On this platform, we don't bash, we don't speak down, we speak truth, and we uplift. I say it real slow again. We speak truth and we uplift. So I'm excited about you all returning. And if you would, I guess I don't want to wait and prolong it any longer. I'm going to bring our guest in tonight. All right, there's our guest. There's our guest. There's our guest tonight. There is our guest. If you would, Miss Shonda, if you would turn your speaker on, your volume on.
Look, I already.
Oh, there you go. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Now you can hear me.
I can. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Look, I already told you I'm not too tech savvy.
Listen, we're gonna work through this together.
Hey, we
As
gonna.
you can see tonight, I have imperfections and some of everything tonight. I'm just in a different space on tonight, but we're here. We'll never, we're here and we are excited and we're going to uplift, motivate, and encourage. All right.
Okay.
So listen, moving right along. Again, viewers, tag someone, share them. If you know or have heard of Miss LaShonda Holmes Williams, then you already know you're in for a treat tonight. Give you a moment later on to introduce yourself, but what we want to do is give everyone time and space and opportunity. Go ahead and like, love, share, tag someone, call your friends, and tell them Lamar is back live again with Motivational Conversation. And we are here tonight to inspire, uplift, and encourage while telling the truth. And many will say, what truth? It's our truth. It's our truth. And in telling your truth, many will not agree, many will not understand, and many will oppose. But hey, it's your truth. What we want you to do tonight is take what you can, or take what's good for you or what you find necessary for you. And if it helps you, let it help someone else. Share it with someone else. But tonight, just moving forward, Miss Shonda, if you would just tell us who you are, where you're from, and a little about you. Well, yeah. Wait. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'll come back.
All right. My name is LaShonda Williams.
Yes.
Born and raised in Laura, South Carolina. Um, whole family here. Mother side of the family here. Dad side of the family here. I have 3 children. My oldest, Brianna, middle daughter, Essence, and then my baby girl, Zion. Oh, I mean, 4. I forgot about Kane. I forgot about him. Anyway, I, I, I've been around.
You've been around. And you're the proud wife of.
I'm the proud wife of Mr. James Lamont Williams. Yes, yes, yes. I can't forget him. But anyway, yeah, I'm not new to the area. I'm not new to many of you because, like I said, I'm born and raised here, connected to a lot of people with my family and through my husband, and just from being, like I said, from here. But yeah, that's about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Miss
Oh,
LaShonda Williams.
he told me to say a little bit, so I made it a little bit.
You did well. You did well because you're going to have your opportunity to say all that you need to say or that you feel led to say.
Oh.
So tonight, viewers, again, let's welcome Miss LaShonda Williams to the Motivational Conversation with Lamar. And as always, I told you, and I keep saying it over and over, this is a place where we speak truth and we use our truth to motivate, uplift, and encourage others. So tonight's conversation is simply, you're not in it alone. That's our topic tonight. You're not in it alone. If you're on the chat, type in there, you're not in it alone. You are not. I mean, we really could close and dismiss, as they say in the church world, right there, because that was enough. I can't hear you. Something happened. Yeah, you muted yourself.
You can't hear me now, Sil?
I can hear you now. Just leave the mute off. You fine. This is informal. All the other stuff we're not worried about. But yeah, you are not in it alone. And that's our topic of our conversation tonight. You are not in it alone. There's so many people walking through difficult seasons right now in life. People are carrying silent burdens, private battles, and heavy emotions. And sometimes when you're in the middle of a storm, it can feel like you're the only one standing in the rain. And I believe we all can agree with that. Sometimes it feels like you're out there in the rain with your umbrella by yourself. And sometimes, in many cases, it may feel like you're in the rain alone without an umbrella because the umbrella keeps you from getting wet. And sometimes, you feel all the elements, or you will feel like you feel all the elements from the storm. But as I told you before, tonight we came with one simple reminder, and that is to encourage you and those who are watching that you are not in it alone. So, Miss Shonda, when you hear me speak about not being in it alone, what does that say to you?
I got somebody on my side.
Uh-huh.
I got somebody on my team.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to be independent for certain situations, but when it comes to the meaningful things, and you say you're not in it alone, I just think of the Lord and everything He's done for me.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
even times where I thought I was in it alone, you know, He always came through. every time wasn't good times according to what I expected it to be,
Yes.
what I thought the outcome would be. But even still, I was never in it alone.
I love it. I love it. You attributed your not being alone to the Lord being there with you. For the Bible declares that He is close to the brokenhearted. And then it also says that He is a very present help in the time of trouble. And then He even promised us that He will never leave us, neither will He ever forsake us. And so that alone is motivational and encouraging to many. I mean, at least for myself, and I know I'm certain to others, that no matter what we face or no matter what we go through in life, the Lord is there. I
Mhm.
did a reel just the other day, and I talked about how the Lord is concerned about what you're going through. And just to add to that, not only is He concerned, but as you just stated or alluded to the fact that He's right there with you. You're not in it alone.
Yeah.
So, with that, could you speak to us and the viewers in your very own way? And again, this is informal. We're not looking for the proper things and all the other stuff. We just telling the truth because our mission tonight is to help pull somebody up and help pull someone out. And so, if you could speak to us, talk to us for a moment about the feeling of isolation.
Oh, ooh, ooh. Hey, I can I say one thing before I get
You
into
can, you can.
just so y'all know, when Lamar invited me to be a guest tonight, my first question was, what we gonna talk about? He didn't give me any questions ahead of time. He didn't give me any script.
Yes, yes.
And we were gonna have a conversation. So I just want y'all to know that all of this stuff is happening in real time as far as this conversation.
To God be the glory.
Him asking me, I'm finding out at the same time that he's asking, didn't know any of this prior to. But I just had to get that out there first.
Yes.
But we'll go back to it. And it's a lot of stuff that I could touch on from when I felt isolated.
I
But
want you to touch on it.
I'll talk about the most recent. I'm gonna talk about during the time that I got down on my health and I got sick. I've been sick before. I
Uh-huh.
had, you know, I then gave birth or whatever, but this was something different because it was something that interrupted my whole entire life, and there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. It came out of nowhere. And I went to a doctor's appointment one day and I didn't come back home for 12 days. And many people, they done heard me tell this story, but I'm going to continue to tell it.
Tell it.
I know what I went through. I know how God brought me through.
Yes.
And I know all the feels and emotions that I went through during the process. This happened during the time where I was supposed to be the happiest in my life. I was planning a wedding. Wedding was in May. This happened in January. When I came home with a pick line. My husband turned into my caretaker. He was no longer the splicer for HTC in Horry County.
Yes.
He was my caretaker. He was my nurse. He had to put on his surgical gear as well as his mental stuff, and he had to play a lot of roles because that's what he had to do at the time. And I'm thankful for that.
Yes.
But to get back to all those feels, I lost my job during that time. Mind you, now I've been on my job almost 10 years. And there was no hard feelings because, it's a business. FMLA, all that stuff then ran out. all everything had been all options had been exhausted. So they had to make a move, and I was okay with it. No hard feelings. But I just felt like, and even with not just with the employment, like I said, my whole life got interrupted, and things that I was doing before I was no longer able to do. I wasn't able to be out and be the life of the party. I had a curfew because this medicine had to be administered every day at the same time for what started out to be 6 weeks that
Mhm.
turned into 12 weeks. It had to be administered at 7, taken out at 6. So we had a schedule.
Uh-huh.
So now I feel isolated because now I can't do the stuff that I normally do because I got to be on this schedule
Yes.
on it. But God, He brought me through that. And I'm going to fast forward to now. Although I went through all those things and I went through that whole range of emotions, that employer, they welcomed me back with open arms. This January made a year that I've been back at work. Not only did he provide me with the position, but a better position.
Mhm.
He promoted me because in my long suffering and while I was in the hallway, I still told that same story. Even
Yes.
wedding reception, I told the same story about them 12 days and how I couldn't walk and how I couldn't take care of myself. I couldn't bathe myself. Do you know not being able to wipe your behind will humble you?
Yes.
I know how I am. My husband know how I like to be. He went out, he made sure that although we went there with nothing, I had everything while I was there. I had everything. Not no hospital gowns. I was dressed comfortably because that was the only thing. If that was the only thing that brought me comfort and having something cute to put on,
Uh-huh.
because he was going through something too. He never been through nothing like that in his life. So even watching him transition into that element, that was another emotion. It wasn't isolation, but it was thankfulness. It was love. It was appreciation. It
Yeah.
these vows being put to the test before we even get to the altar,
Yeah.
through sickness and health.
That's good.
Hey, even on the days where I wasn't with it and I was like, man, let's skip the day because that's just where I was at. I was low. I'm used to being active around my house. Everybody know I'll flip a house in a heartbeat.
Yes, you will. I've seen you do it.
Cleaning. I ain't no Miss Daisy or nothing. Like I'm not no nanny or nothing like that. Those are just things I take pleasure in doing because this is my dwelling. This is where I lay my head. This is one of the things that I prayed for: stability, comfort. So of
Yeah.
pour into these blessings that the Lord bestowed upon me. I'm gonna take care of those things.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, he blessed me. He put me back in the working world. I'm still able to work from home. But like I said, it's a different position. And I'm not saying that because I'm not saying it in a bragging way because it's nothing like that. I'm saying it because it's a testimony to how whenever you're low and in the valley and you feel like, oh my God, why now? Why me? Even in the midst of those things, he can reach down and bring you up and give you a new outlook.
Yes.
Your thought process, he can change the way you talk. He can change that negative stuff into, oh my God, I feel bad today. To, oh man, I walked today without that walker.
Oh God, yes. That's a plus.
Man, my family used to joke about it. I had a little walker, the fast one. They called it the F250 or something like that. And it was because
The truck. The Ford truck.
bad. But man, when I was able to put that thing aside and I was able to get up and walk on my own to the bathroom without a bedpan or
Oh
with
yeah.
mode, man, what? I ain't got time for that. We got to change the narrative here because look, I don't like the direction this is going in. But yeah,
Change the direction.
It took a long time, but that's just the most recent thing, where I felt isolated. But even then, I knew that I had him if I didn't have nobody else.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So with that, I want to talk about this. Like, you can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely. You
Abs-
can be smiling in public but hurting in private.
Absolutely.
And you can even be strong for everyone else but struggling within yourself. And when you're in that place, the enemy, and I repeat, it's the enemy that wants you to believe two lies. Y'all type these down or write them down. It's two lies the enemy wants you to believe. And the first one is that no one understands you. Because we as people, we want everybody to understand us. We want them to. That's just what we want. And so the enemy wants us to believe that nobody understands. And the second thing is nobody is standing with you. And as you just stated, even one of the most recent things that you stated about dealing with your sickness, you felt the isolation because here you are planning the happiest moment of your lifetime, and then sickness shows up. But then with that, okay, what am I gonna do now? Is this man gonna walk away? Is this man gonna say I can't or I ain't able or what am I gonna do? But he stood there with you with the help of the Lord. The man stood there and he's still standing there now, helping you and getting you through, and it's still working out. And even with your job and all that, as you talked about, it ended or whatever the case may be, but you're back working
Yeah,
for the same company. Now that's the blessing there. You're working for the same company.
the same company. And I'm thankful that the Lord placed certain people in your life at certain times, because back when I first started that job, this lady, she took a chance on me.
Okay.
Listen, I went in there, and you know how you sell yourself.
Yes.
Listen, I went in there and sold myself, but at the time, I was like, look here, this is what I got going on. But if you
Uh-huh.
give me a chance, listen, I'ma do the right thing. I'ma be on it. And she's one of my best friends now. If any of my friends ever see Joyce Hankins on my page and she refer to me as cuz,
Uh-huh.
she's no longer my employer, but she is a friend that's now family. And that's how she greet me. Hey cuz, how you doing?
Uh-huh.
And I'm thankful that, she even, she just stuck with me. She stuck with me.
Right.
There were times where, I could have easily been replaced. I could have easily been replaced, but she stuck with me, and I'm thankful for that. And like I said, you thank the Lord for people that He put in your path, and she
Right.
person
Right.
that
And that was exactly my next point that I wanted to bring out that I have written down here is that God sends people into our lives for certain seasons.
yes.
So speak to us in continuation about Miss Joyce, and it may not even be her about God sending people in our lives for certain seasons.
Yeah, I believe in that as well. And even though those individuals may be in your life just for a season, when that season is up, it doesn't have to be because there's beef, because you had a falling out, or because y'all had a situation. Sometimes things just fizzle out and they just die down.
Yes,
But whenever those things enter into your life at a different point in time, you still welcome those things. It's not like you say, oh God, you my past, or I'm past you now, or we in a different season. It's not like that. It's still love, because all of those are parts of you.
yes,
those are little tidbits along the way that contribute to you being the person that you are, and things that you learn along the way. You know, I appreciate everything that's ever happened in my life. Anybody that's ever been in my life before that's no longer in my life, or just things that happen. And I know now in my adult life, my life was already written before I got here. There's nothing
Talk about that.
happened. It was a part of the plan. It might not have went off when it was supposed to, but at some point, we're trying to get back and put things back in motion to what was already put out there before I was even thought about.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm learning now in my adult life not to question too much stuff. And I don't. It ain't that because I don't care. I just got so much other stuff going on in my mind. Like, I don't have time to try to figure out why this happened, or what I might have said or done, because I know me and my mouth, and I offend a lot of people without knowing. But I'm just being genuine.
Yes, I have that trouble too.
That may not be familiar with that kind of stuff. They may take offense to it, but to me, it's love, man. I
Yeah,
I don't got time to be walking around here talking my own like so and so. I be like, who? Who? And just to lighten the mood a little bit, I wore this shirt just for that reason.
ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Okay.
And I try to get through life with funny stuff. I try not to take stuff too serious, man, because I don't want high blood pressure.
Means I'm not gonna have it.
I don't want it. Because for one, I already got bad eating habits. And I got some other habits. I can't
Okay,
blood pressure to go with it.
that'll be too much. That'll be too much to focus on. Too much to focus on.
I gotta take care of Kane and my husband. I got to be around.
This is true. This is true.
I'm
And
no widow.
say again.
I don't want her to be no widower or whatever you call it.
No, don't want to be that. So true, so true. And I believe that people, when certain people enter our lives, they're to remind us that our lives still matter
Yeah.
and that our purpose is still intact.
Hmm.
But it's up to us to be able to identify, number one, when seasons are up. We got to be able to identify that. And as you said, be okay with that. Because
Yeah.
I see in the comments, sometimes we outgrow people, and that's true. We do. And in some cases, people outgrow us. So it works both ways. You got to be okay when people walk away, and people got to be okay when you walk away. Because an exit is still an exit. I don't care how you look at it. An exit is an exit.
Gone.
Gone. I
I
mean, that's just what that is. And we have to learn that we're not supposed to take it personal to that extent to where we hold on to why they left or
Mhm.
why it's no. It exit is still an exit on both parts.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
And sometimes the support that we need, and I'll just say this: the support that we need sometimes it doesn't come from a crowd. It don't come from a crowd. It may only come from one person who truly believes in you. And I'm saying that on the strength of when you talked about no doubt that your family wasn't supportive when you became ill. No doubt they weren't supportive. I mean, I believe that wholeheartedly that they weren't. But it was the support of that one person that when you open your eyes in the morning, they was there. When you needed the medication put in, that person was there. You know what I'm saying? That one person, and it calls you to push to want to see yourself better. Go ahead, because like you was fit to jump out and say something. Go ahead and say it.
No, 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 no. That situation just allowed me to see him in a different element too, because anybody that know him know he a provider.
Uh huh.
All he think is work, 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 work. work, and more work. And so just a softer side of him, a more sensitive side of him, I think it softened me some. I feel like I said, I just it just allowed me to see him in a different light, in a different element,
Yes.
something that I had seen before. Is different when you see people in different situations. They say when you go marry somebody, you need to see them when they happy, when they mad,
Mm-hmm.
broke,
Uh-huh.
and they sick,
Well, that's
when
a lot to see before you say I do.
they different phases.
Right.
So that was just something else we could check off the list. He
Yes.
was. He did that. He did that. And we joke about it now because we can, and it's something that the Lord brought us through. He saw us through. He gave him the strength to be who he needed to be for me, and
Yes.
he gave me the strength to keep pushing and just not give up and be like, oh, they got me.
Right.
Man, I got stuff to do.
And
Um,
you had people depending on you. You have children that was looking like, oh, I need mama, and you need them.
yeah, I mean they ain't know what was going on. They like, Dad, you still there? And the severity of it, I knew the severity of it, but trying to explain it to them, because for one, it was foreign when they was explaining it to me.
Yes.
All they know is, you still there? Yeah, I'm still here. I can count on one hand the number of people that traveled to Charleston to see me while I was there. But it was okay. The people that needed to be there were there. The
Right.
Lord and the medical professionals that were supposed to be taking care of me.
We need them. We need them.
They got they got it. I couldn't choose them.
Right. We need all y'all. All y'all.
They had to be in attendance. But it was still good, because just like I said, just knowing what I went through and that I came out on the other side, it don't even matter. Those are small things to a giant.
Yes.
They don't even matter. Those are just little small tidbits.
Right. So now what would you say, speak to a viewer who tonight may be feeling tired and um just may feel like life has thrown them things that they didn't expect? And maybe, so someone that maybe felt like they had to defend themselves, maybe they have feeling like they got to rebuild, or and even some cases rediscover. Because we do lose ourselves in situations if we're not careful. So, what would you say? Speak directly to a viewer who's watching that may feel tired, may feel like they're in the process of rebuilding, or may feel like they're in a place of rediscovery.
Keep pushing. You don't have anything to explain to anybody. You're healing, your rediscovery, whatever it is that you got going on, it's not on anyone else's timeline. Just because someone might recovered from what they were going through at a time, and the fact that you're still going through it, never compare yourself to what somebody else got going on, because for one, your journeys ain't even going to be the same. Your path may not be someone else's path. Someone else's path may not be yours. So that time, it's not always going to add up. Like they say, the math ain't going to always math.
Right.
But you keep pushing. You figure out in your mind what it is that you want to do, because whenever you get tired enough of your situation, that's when you'll change it.
Say that again.
You get tired of your situation, you gonna change it. Not because they prayed for you, not because this and that over here, not because none of that. They can't want it more than you want
That's good. Say that one more time. You got to talk loud. You come on and give it to us.
it. You gotta talk to the Lord, and He'll let you know, look, I ain't but you gotta talk to him. I seen this thing on TikTok one time. I forget the even past the name, but it was a TikTok that said, you know what? The Lord told him, don't talk to your sister no more. Don't talk to your brother no more. Don't talk to your mama no more. Talk to me and know that I am who I am.
Yeah,
Don't talk to them. They can't help you. They can't do nothing for you. They can't do what I can do. They strength and they reach ain't like mine.
it's limited.
They reach ain't like mine. So stop talking to them people. Come and talk to me. Even if you don't know what to say, ask him to just examine your heart.
Yes,
Intentional about it. Like just be at the you at the turning bridge ready to jump. That's how serious you got to be when you talk to him about what it is that you want for your life. Not what they want for it, but what you want for it.
that's
And
good.
talk to him and you get truthful about things. Like you can't get help based on a lie.
Talk right there.
You
Talk right.
doctor and be like, oh Lord, I need you to give me some medicine, and you lie about what your symptoms are. And they be done diagnose and prescribe you something that you don't even need because you lied. The Lord the same way. The people he put in your lives for certain reasons are the same way. You cannot expect to heal from a situation or be delivered from a situation that you haven't been truthful about, or you haven't spoken it out and said, oh look, this is what the problem is, this is where I need help. Been there, done that. We all know that sometimes whenever we need help about certain things, man, we'll make all kind of promises,
Yes, yes,
make all kind of bargains with the Lord.
yes. Talk to us about a bargain you made with the Lord and you went back.
Listen, I ain't no secret. I talk to people too about the year I turned 40 and I decided I'm an alcoholic. That ain't nothing you get and it go away. You
Hmm.
deal with that forever. You just have to make a conscious decision every day to either be on board or not on board.
Yes,
Even at time, don't get me wrong. I'm not in that space now.
yes.
I'm human.
You're better.
I'm better.
That's what matters.
But I could talk about that space because ain't no secret about that space because I know where I was in that space.
Yes.
Know what I mean? But
Yeah.
even man, before then, I was making all kind of bargains with the Lord. Man, Lord, if you do this, I ain't gonna do that, and this, just all kind of stuff that it just was lies. Let's call it a spade a spade. It was lies.
Yes. Yes.
I got over what it is that I was feeling, and the opportunity presented itself again. Being that I had made up in my mind and made a conscious decision that I want better for myself, I kept finding myself in that situation over and over and
Yeah.
over. Time I made a different bargain.
We do it or have done it
And we get sporty with it too sometimes.
because we don't figure it out when he did it before. Let me add a little bit more to it. So this time he'll know I'm for real.
That grace and mercy though.
Yeah. So
Some
so so with that, your acknowledgement that you made you said that you made the decision at 40 you was gonna be an alcoholic. You was gonna be like, hey, this is what I'm fit to do. You
no,
know,
no, I ain't made a decision. That's whenever I admitted it.
oh,
Like
you admitted it at 40. So this was going on prior to 40, but it was at 40 that you said, you know, wait a minute. I'm an alcoholic. I'm not just drinking to be social.
Lamar, that thing had got out of control, man.
I love that you can talk about it now. And that's what tonight's about because just as well as you're able to boldly say that your drinking got out of control, there are many people who are watching or even, who will watch the replay.
I was happy though. I was happy. Like I wasn't one of them angry people that turn over the table or nothing like that.
You was happy spinning out of control. Ain't that something? Because at that moment you were feeding what your flesh thought it wanted. You was just like, hey, this
Man,
what I'm doing.
well,
But then at 40,
let's
I've
not
been
tense because I fall short a lot of times. But you know what? Thank God he is who he is and not like man.
oh God, yeah, he is totally different from man.
But
He is totally different.
I remember one time I had put out a video and I was telling people, how I overcame drink. I was sober. I was sober then.
Okay.
Man, the first time I ever posted a picture with something that appeared to be alcohol in my hand, the first comment somebody made was, "What's in that cup? What's in that glass?" Listen, I don't need an audience to wait for me to fall.
Because that's what people do.
But that's the nature of us. That's
Yes.
and those are things that we pray for and ask the Lord to deliver us from.
Oh yes.
Are we waiting to be delivered?
Because you do know deliverance is a process. It ain't no boop, there it is. you know, it's just not that way. But
Listen,
the greatest of it is, though, that I really want us to drive home is that you decided, or not you decided that you wanted to change.
yeah,
And you knew that in order for you to change, you had to admit, like, wait, I'm an alcoholic.
I ain't got sick though. That had helped pushing me along the way though.
It helped. It helped. So, I mean, either way, as you said earlier, our lives are already orchestrated before we were even thought of. And
Man,
so, who knows? God made, and he could have changed the sickness. He didn't have to allow the sickness to afflict your body. But he knew, he obviously knew, if I allow this sickness to afflict her body, it's
I
gonna change her mind.
I got to get this fool attention.
Yeah, I gotta get her attention because she's spinning out of control, having fun.
You saw my post the other day. I say the Lord look out for babies and fools.
I did see you say that, and you was one.
What?
But I
I'm
love it because
I'm too big to be a baby.
I'll just be the fool.
I got
Right. And
got
so I love the fact because that you're open about it, because as I said earlier, there are people that really struggle with admittance, number one, and then the acknowledgement. Like this is really what's going on. But the way you spoke about keep going, keep pushing, the encouragement, because nothing will ever happen if you stop.
no,
It'll
no.
never happen if you stop.
You got to push them. Something happen.
Exactly. So if you would have stopped on your, and we're just speaking of that particular one, if you would have stopped even when you got the negative comment about what's in that cup, we won't be able to have this conversation tonight.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something that had humbled me. Another point. I remember one time during that time in my life, I was going to a meeting. They weren't court ordered. Nobody told me I had to go. I felt like they could help. So I went to these meetings and me and this person we was riding, they were taking me to the meeting. And when we were on the way back, I was like, man, I ain't look like none of them people in there.
Uh-huh.
They flipped down the visor and had me look in the mirror and say, well, tell me what an alcoholic look like. I'm looking at me. But the first thing and the only thing I could say when we came out that meeting was, I ain't like them people. I don't look like them. I guess because my situation, it hadn't got to that level. It was at a level now,
Uh-huh.
that level. And so because it wasn't at that level, I felt like I was different or I was talking like I was different.
Uh-huh.
But really, man, you're in the same room. We all here for the same reason.
We're here for the same thing.
For order or whether it was voluntary, the name of the group, we all familiar with.
We all familiar. We're here for the same reason.
We know what it's for.
And,
So
and it's and that speaking to that, that's the same thing when we show up on Sunday morning to worship service. All us in here for the same reason. Ain't no way you can look across the room. Go ahead.
The hospital and we sick.
All let's go to the same place. And
we
the only way you're gonna know my sickness is if a nurse, somebody tells you, they cross the HIPAA law and tell you. That's the only way you're gonna know, because when the doctor come in, he closing my curtain or closing the door and he talking to me. And
you
it's the exact same way as it is in the body of Christ. When we show up to the worship center, wherever it may be, whether it's in somebody's house or somebody's barn or backyard or whatever, we all coming in with a condition. So
yep.
with that, it doesn't give me room to be able to look over there and point fingers at you and single out and say, I'm just going to use it because you threw it out there. Your alcohol issue is worse than my line or my addiction or anything. We here for the same thing.
A sin is a sin.
We here for it.
Hell,
We,
a sin is a sin.
it's
There's
the same thing.
carries.
It is. So we're speaking to viewers, because there very well may be someone again that's watching, that's battling the fact of the weight of sin. Or is this bad, or is that worse, or is this? Just speak to a viewer from your personal experience, and what would you say to them tonight?
Like I said before, I ain't comparing what I'm going through to what nobody else going through, because it's me. I'm here sitting in it. It's my husband. He's here sitting in it. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors uh, at the house up the street. I don't know what so and so marriage may be dealing with. I don't I don't try to involve myself in those things. Like I just try to, because I got too many flaws and stuff myself. I got
That's
too
a good point.
I battle with myself. Whether I show up for other people or not, or whether it seems like, oh man, she's so happy all the time, or she jolly, or look like this or look like that. It don't matter what it look like, because everybody know the saying as well, even salt and sugar both look the same.
They do.
Go by what somebody else's situation looks like. You have to go by what you going through. You got to pour into what you want for yourself. You don't look for anyone else's validation, or you don't look to seek uh you know just you just don't look.
That's
You
good.
you look to the Lord and you focus on you and how you could do things different. Don't look at somebody else and be envious of their situation, because we get the same time in a day.
We do. We do.
All get the same time in a day, and how we choose to spend that time, that's on us.
That's true.
Keep blaming people if something don't go right in our life. Oh, it's because so and so didn't do this, or so and so didn't do that. Well, what did you do
What did you do? Because that's what matters.
up for you today? How have you shown up for you today? Why do you want somebody else to sacrifice and do so much for you, or you prove yourself to them when you haven't done that for yourself?
That's good. Say that again one more time, but I will say it real loud and real slow.
Listen, how can you look to someone else
How?
for anything whenever you haven't looked for those things from yourself and within yourself? Like you can't blame somebody if your little house you built over here fell down. Not when you the one who built the foundation.
That's good there.
You you laid it down.
You played it down.
You laid it down. But you mad at them because they didn't show up whenever they said they was with the lumber or the sheetrock.
You're teaching tonight. You're teaching. You're teaching. You're teaching.
Saying though. I'm saying though. I wish I knew this stuff a long time ago though. Because whoa,
But there again, as you just said, had you known it a long time ago, life would have been better much earlier. But
right.
as you stated in the beginning of the conversation, he knew what our lives will all entail.
He,
He
he,
knew he knew this.
He knew.
He knew it. And so the fact that you've learned it now at this point in your life, you still have the opportunity now to pour first into those that you're responsible for.
Oh, absolutely. And my kids and the people around me, like I said, I had to say a prayer before we started because I said, Lord, please bridle my tongue because
Yes. I pray for you too.
he's connected to a lot of people and I don't want them to listen, my mouth and the
I pray for you too.
language, it isn't always wonderful. It's
Yes.
authentic, but the delivery don't be great all the time.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah, but he doing this big one tonight. I don't think I cussed nothing good.
You have not. I am proud of you. I am proud of you. You have not. But yeah, it's very much needed, and I keep going back to it because it's so true. It's the truth. He knew this. He knew what our lives would all entail from the very beginning. So with him knowing that, um, what would you say to because I know we talked about your life leading up to the wedding and then the wonderful life you're experiencing now with the king of your house
Mm.
that loves to work, 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 work.
Eh,
What would you say to a single mother from your experience prior to you having that turning point in your life? Because there may be someone experiencing that same thing that you experienced, or if not similar.
Well, I will say, even though you may have went through a sour situation or, you feel like, golly, it ain't happened by now. Don't let those things and those experiences close your heart and have you so guarded. Like, and all of us have in our mind what we think our ideal mate is. And I say our idea of what our perfect mate is. And we have these lists, we have these unrealistic expectations. We have the idea of things that ain't really good for us, but because of our flesh and we're humans and we got carnal minds, a lot of the times we look over good people because of that idea about what it is that we want or the person we should have. And I said that to say this. My husband is a love that I wasn't looking for. This is the first man in my entire life that's ever pursued me in every way that was genuine about it. Now, let me clarify this up because it's always some negative Nancy's and stuff. Oh, she act like he is. He is all that.
He
But
yours.
we've been through things and we're beyond that. And as long as we have that understanding, we good. But back to what I was saying. He's the love that I wasn't looking for, but he's everything that I needed. He's everything that I prayed for whenever I asked for a husband and a helpmate. I wanted him to be a good provider. I wanted him to be somebody that them girls could look up to, like somebody that could set a positive example for them and how it looks to be loved healthy in a healthy way. Um, I like the fact that it gives you a chance to for people to experience you in different seasons in your life. So because things didn't work out before, work on yourself while you're waiting. Do things for you while you're waiting, things that are going to add value to your life. Because when that person comes along, when the Lord blesses you with that person, they're just supposed to be like in addition to your life. They ain't supposed to make your life. They ain't supposed to come and automatically make everything better. They're supposed to add to your life so you guys can build together. You can thrive together. Your
Yes.
family. You might have came from this family, but this is the family that you're building together. So even if things haven't worked out before, don't give up on it. Keep going. Like I said, while you're waiting, work on yourself in the process. Do something. That way, when the Lord does, you know, bless you with that person, or places that person in your path or in your sights, you'll be ready. You'll be ready to have something to bring to the table other than, these looks that are going to fade away one day. You'll have something on the inside as well as, whatever you're presenting on the outside.
So true. That's wonderful. Um, and with that, you, because our topic tonight was you're not alone. And so even while you were going through as a single mother, you wasn't alone. And I'm sure you can attest that you had dark days, moments where you certainly felt alone, but you realized that you were not alone. He was right there with you the entire time. And the fact that you was able to acknowledge him and grow in him and learn more of him, it now gives you a greater assurance that no matter what you face,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm in this, but I'm not in this by myself. Number one, I got the love that you wasn't looking for. Yeah, I like the way you put that. The love that you wasn't looking for. And you have your amazing children, your family, and ultimately you have the creator himself
Mm-hmm.
is there with you, and he's able to see you through
Yeah.
all things. So tonight we don't want to hold our viewers long, because we're just returning. But what we do want to do is finally, I want to give space for you to end our show tonight and just speak directly to whoever is watching, whoever may be experiencing whatever. I want you to assure them in your very own way that they're not in it alone.
Absolutely. Like I said, not to be so repetitive and sound like a broken record, but you just have to acknowledge what it is that you want for your life and talk to the Lord. Ask him to help you navigate through those hard days. Ask him to give you strength during those times that you feel weak. Ask him for clarity whenever, things look a little bleary. Just consult with him, talk to him, put your trust and your faith in him. Although people show up in different ways and in different capacities, at the end of the day it's your relationship with the Lord that's going to carry you through. Is your relationship with the Lord that's going to deliver you from certain things, or just to help you get from point A to point B, and like I said, to help you navigate through the tough times. Every day ain't gonna be good. It's gonna be some days where you be like, man, you got it. But at the same time, you got to remind yourself, I can't give up today.
Not today.
Tomorrow might be the day that I hit them numbers or something. Tomorrow day that the Lord just say, listen, it's time for her life to jump off.
He
It's
may send somebody.
yeah, it's time for them to pop out and be everything that I called them to be. So just keep pushing. It's gonna be hard days. The Lord ain't never said we weren't gonna never have no dark days. If we didn't have dark days and hard times, we wouldn't learn a lot of lessons that only time can teach.
So true.
Keep pushing, man. Don't give up. Look, luck if you buck. Just stand like what them kids be saying. I stand 10 toes. Stand 10 toes for you.
That's what they be saying. That's what they be saying.
Know that the Lord got you.
I love it.
Got
Conversation tonight from a different angle. I love it. We didn't do the hud and the ha, and we didn't quote a whole bunch of scriptures, y'all, because she told me before we got started. Now listen, we not gonna do all those scriptures, and I promise her we ain't gonna do no scripture quoting, but it's still gonna be the word of God anyway, because that's what we stand on, and it's a for sure foundation. And it's evident that when we stand on the foundation of Christ, that we always, always come out on top. Always, always, no matter what it is. So in closing, guys, I want you to know, as Miss Shonda has said, you're not alone. Somebody type that in the comment section. You are not alone. Or I'll tell you what, make it personal and say, I am not alone, because it does nothing for me to tell you that you're not alone. But I need for you to know tonight, no matter what it is that you're going through, no matter what it is that you're experiencing, whether it's in your health, your finances, dealing with your children, your spouse, or whatever. I want you to know tonight, leave this platform tonight knowing that you are not alone.
You're not
You're
alone.
not. You're not. And I'll go as far as to tell you, you're never alone. You're
No,
never alone. He promised, the Lord promised that he would always be with us. Always, always. So know that tonight. You are never alone. Come on, let's run it up in the comments. I am not alone. I may be in my physical home by myself. And sometimes, even when you're riding in your car, you may not have a physical passenger on the other side. But the presence of the Lord is always and will forever be with you. You just have to acknowledge that he's there. He told us in scripture that if we would acknowledge him in all of our ways, that he will direct our paths. And I believe tonight, the moment that you acknowledge that you're not alone, he's going to begin to direct your path. That question that you had, or perhaps that misunderstanding that you had, or the confusion that you possibly was experiencing, I believe he's going to begin to give you clarity, because you're going to acknowledge that he's with you and he's going to direct your path from tonight moving forward. So listen, friends, it's been great. It's been real fun, but we have to let you go. And again, Miss Shonda, tonight we thank you so much for joining the Motivational Conversation with Lamar. And we want all of our viewers to be encouraged, remain strengthened in your heart, and always know that you, my friend, my sister, my brother, you are not alone.
yeah,
It's been great.
all
Bye
right.
bye.